Go.
How do we tap into the best of humanity online, and why does it matter? Before I share the lessons I've been gathering on this, I'd like to start by inviting you to play with me, to take a deep breath, get present, and connect. In a moment, I'll ask you to place your hand on your heart. Imagine you're breathing in and out through your heart center. And as you take a slow, deep breath, tap into the very best of your humanity. You may feel a sense of calm, alignment, presence, perhaps joy. So let's play. Place your hand on your heart, slowly breathe in, and as you do that, allow yourself to connect with the highest version of you. Smile and slowly breathe out. I usually like to do that with my clients 3 times, for the count of 3 in and the count of 3 out. And wow, so quickly, the best answers are all there in your heart. Sometimes subtle, but the answers are there. Knowing where to find your answers is very helpful. While I share some of my story and lessons, I'll be asking you some questions. So please tune in to what resonates. I encourage you to write the questions down to reflect on later. For those who choose to do that, we'll find some real gold. What has 2020 taught you so far? For me, it's so many things. I started the year off in Sydney, the city where I was born and raised, and for the first time ever, experienced days of really bad air quality. Even though we were miles from the raging fires, I noticed I'd always taken fresh air for granted. I love traveling, and this year I had a bunch of places I was planning to see around the world. The most planned out year I'd had in a long time, in fact. I was hoping to run our Her Story Women's Empowerment Conference in Melbourne, then off to Hawaii for a nourishing women's Aloha Immersion Retreat. I'd coordinated it and I was so excited. The plan was to stay in Hawaii for a while because I'm truly in love with it, then go visit a friend in Korea, then Doria Cordova's Accelerated Business School in Vietnam, then some time in Europe over summer, London, Italy, and then back to Hawaii in September with family for my parents' anniversary. This plan was a dream 6 months, but we had to postpone Her Story Melbourne and the retreat and all the rest. Luckily for me, amazing things have actually unfolded since then, which I'm about to share in a moment. I just want to acknowledge, I know I'm not alone, as most of the world had their plans changed this year. And some are experiencing loss of loved ones and really tough situations. So I am genuinely sending my love and most positive vibes to all who need it. So today, we're talking about how to tap into the best of humanity online. There are so many things I could share, but with this 15 minutes, I'm going to focus on 4 main lessons that have come from playing and innovating online. If you want to know more, I'll give the website to download notes and connect after. Lesson 1, set your intention, take inspired action, and allow the magic to happen. By setting my intention of staying open to opportunities and come out thriving, then taking inspired action, magic really has happened. March 17, I landed back in Sydney, witnessing the world had changed. Fear was rising over COVID and toilet paper. And for me, the financial crashes that were looming were a bit of a concern. It was strange that I'd planned just to have 1 week in Sydney, to be at my parents' house in between Melbourne and Hawaii. And instead I was facing months there and winter, which I usually always travel away from. So I spent about 2 days of saying WTF. Not the most useful question, but was necessary for that moment. I've been in personal and entrepreneur development for 16 years, passionate about many things aligned with possibilities, happiness, wealth creation, and projects that uplift humanity. As I looked at the situation, I was reminded many people who came out of the Great Depression and other recessions did it really successfully. I realized I was lucky in the sense I was with my family who were and are safe and well. And I have been working from home remotely for many years, so I had already lived with the challenges that come with that. After those 2 WTF days of reintegrating, I made a decision to stay open to opportunities and come out thriving. I was online a lot, reaching out to friends, following what mentors were saying, looking for what problems needed solving, and consuming a lot of content. I put an offer out to give my coaching support for whoever needed it, and creativity started flowing. I came up with an idea to have a singles party on Zoom. I was so excited telling a friend about it. I merged the singles party on Zoom into Zingles as I said it, which became the name. The idea was an experiment in love and connection while in isolation. Due to the events I was promoting BC, before COVID, I'd been networking online in women's groups and had experienced a memorable networking event. Even though I'd been using Zoom for 5 years, this was my first time with breakout rooms and I loved it. So for Zingles, I wanted to put people into one-on-one breakout rooms and give them fun questions to ask each other. I was also chatting with an amazing woman called Gabby that I'd met at the back of a Money and New room last year. I started collaborating with her to set up a new Facebook group, and since then we've accidentally become business partners. With the Facebook group, we wanted to focus on conversations about how people are reinventing and creating new and better ways forward, and also explore ways of facilitating effective collaboration. This is something I'm so convinced is super important, yet not often experienced. Gabby and I were talking about Zingles, and then the idea of doing a similar party for entrepreneurs came up. We really liked the idea of calling all our trainings and events parties. In short, the magic kept happening, and we also manifested a startup tech company called Smaggle to work with us. We got to use a very early beta version of their software to create our fabulous live online parties, and we're now continuing to work with them as they develop and seek funding to accelerate the development of this platform. Magic kept on and keeps on happening. So when you set your intention and allow magic to happen, new people will turn up in your life that make your path clearer, easier, more enjoyable, and the how just works out to be more magical than the mind can see. So my questions to you are, what is your intention? What magic would you love to experience? Lesson 2, be a conscious learning leader and create environments to facilitate growth. So the journey continued. Our live online events or parties became online collaborative learning experiences. Our ideas with how we were delivering them and the tech that was supporting us was really cool and also transformational. We discovered that live online training and events have the potential to be far more powerful than online recordings or an online one-to-many experience. Live online events are a fun way to empower and transform audiences, to tap into the genius of the audience, inspire creativity, connect hearts, expand thinking, and have them actively participate to grow and enhance their life. Humans are impacted by their environment. The right environment will produce favorable outcomes. When we simply consume content online, we're not tapping into our full potential. It's time to give things a go, practice, embody, and live the wisdom. We now all have the opportunity to connect with wonderfully inspiring people all around the world online. With so much great content out there already, the opportunity is not just to be a passive consumer, but to actively contribute with your heart, to create and share your wisdom, and to be a conscious learning leader. The biggest challenge at the parties was the check-in process. It was super clunky. We had 3 pieces of technology we were using at one time. As humans, we really need things to be easy, especially online. A surprising blessing came from this. Rather than working hard to fix the check-in and polish a turd, the guys realized we need to create an all-in-one platform. This is currently being developed with more features than what's available on current platforms and will make life far easier for event hosts and trainers to create transformational learning experiences. And it is very exciting. Whilst all this was happening, Gabby and I also gave birth to a whole new body of knowledge. Today, we're in the process of bringing all of this together, launching the Wisdom Playground. And you're invited to come and play with us, by the way. We're a tribe of conscious learning leaders sharing fresh knowledge and experiential games to facilitate our best possible future. We're starting the world's first heart-centered business incubator and running transformational live online learning parties galore to inspire a new era of heart-centered entrepreneurs. Conscious learning leaders do not need to be gurus. In the words of Buckminster Fuller, everyone is born a genius, but the process of living de-geniuses them. Conscious learning leaders facilitate learning that inspires people to tap into the best of themselves, to open up to their genius and move forward with courage and conviction, express their gifts and contribute. So the questions for you are, what environment most supports your learning and growth? How might you be less passive and more active with the things that light you up? What do you want to transform or master further? This second lesson is be a conscious learning leader and create environments to facilitate growth. Lesson 3, anything is possible and get curious. Life is still uncertain. It probably always was, but restrictions are increasing again in Australia, and I have no idea apart from it's a very long time before I can fly to Hawaii. Believing in possibilities and getting curious is so powerful. Questioning things, dropping judgment, and bringing childlike wonder is transformational. Regarding possibilities, truly they're infinite, and it's time to really know that. Seeing so many things that we could not have thought would be possible become real, that's actually a positive. How to utilize this wonderful fact that anything is possible and there are infinite possibilities is realize we are all responsible. We are all response-able, able to respond. You can choose to let go of limits. You can choose to dream bigger and imagine. We have a lot of old conditioning that has us creating from what we know. Tapping into the best of humanity means embracing your curiosity. Stay open and give yourself and those who you teach time to reflect on great questions regularly. Questions for you now. What can you see in your life and or in the world that needs updating? What possibilities would you love to experience if you could have anything this lifetime? What situation would benefit if you embraced your ability to respond with curiosity? Lesson 4, love and bring all of you. I have learnt to be the full expression of me, to let go of what doesn't serve anymore and continue with an ongoing practice towards mastery. To check in with my energy regularly, choose my best energy and love myself no matter what. I'm realizing that all the many different experiences and pieces of knowledge gained over my life are merging and making sense. I don't have to deny any part of me. I don't have to put myself into a box to meet the rules of marketing experts or make others feel comfortable. This time is calling for me, for us, to be all of what and who we are. To be multidimensional, messy, passionate beings, pursuing our strange combinations of interests. Everything I've learned and experienced has led me to right here, right now, just as it has led you here. It's in the messiness of who we are that makes us unique. No one can fill your spot or my spot in humanity. The world is better because each of us are here. It is going to take each of us in our uniqueness to create the future our hearts desire. My questions for you are, what might happen if you give yourself permission to be happier than ever before and let your light shine? What could be possible if you loved yourself unconditionally, without judgment, criticism, doubts, and all the BS we make up? It's time, especially for women, it's time to leave all that BS in BC before COVID. Seriously, it's time to stop it. Get support to stop it. Love, love, and love yourself some more. What needs to happen for you to know that all parts of you, all your talents and experiences are valuable and needed right now? So this final lesson is love and bring all of you. Love all aspects of who you are, and you will give others permission to do the same. And why does this all matter? Tapping into the best of humanity online is a pathway to creating our best possible future. You matter, and everything you do creates an impact. 2020 is showing us that anything is possible. It is possible to create a world that works for everyone, where far better systems can be created so everyone is supported and thriving. It's time to tap into the best of humanity, to appreciate and encourage everyone's magnificence and gifts, to dream, imagine, collaborate, and create our best possible future. Now, to complete our time together today, I'm about to ask you to take a deep breath in and out of your heart center. And as you breathe, answer the question, what is the next step for you to tap into the best of humanity online? So let's place our hands on our heart and take a deep breath in. And as you slowly breathe, what is one thing you could do to tap into the best of humanity online? I'm certain your heart gave a wise response, and it's worth actioning. You can also download notes from this presentation and come play with us at the Wisdom Playground parties. Go to www.thewisdomplayground.com/thebestyou. You can connect with me, Deb King, on most social media platforms. Our Facebook group is called Conversations and Collaborations for Our Best Possible Future. All of that info is shared on the webpage, thewisdomplayground.com/thebestyou. I look forward to connecting, and either way, keep on loving.